city if you can get past the traffic. It was unbearable on the way back from the track tonight, a couple of hours, and then people are messaging me saying it was even worse for them. 3 hours, 2 hours just to get out of a car park. It is disappointing when you're paying so much money to go to an event and you're having to hang around and take forever to get back where you're going. But that's unfortunately the popularity of Formula One. So many people coming and going. Now, it was beautiful weather today. In fact, we've had 3 days of beautiful weather, some dark clouds looming late in the day. But in general, it was a pretty exciting day to see Oscar Piastri take out another pole position, shading Lando Norris by a little bit. Max Verstappen, third. Lewis Hamilton, performing well, fifth. Disappointing for Carlos Sainz, out in Q1. Mechanical issues for Colapinto, seeing him out in Q1 as well. And Gabriel Bortoleto with his best finish of the year in Quali 12th. So I'm told, I haven't checked that, but I spoke to his girlfriend for some time tonight, and we chatted, and she was pretty excited for Gabriel. Well done to him. And of course, Lance Stroll out. And a number of you saying, why can't the reserve driver step in? No, it's not possible. You can't have one driver qualify and somebody else drive. That would be like a pinch hitter in baseball? No, if you don't qualify, you can't race. It was an injury that has flared up in his wrist. Remember that injury that it happened at the start of the season, did it not? In Bahrain. Correct me if I'm wrong. I remember seeing him coming in with his wrist bandaged up, but it was a quick... It's not unfair at all on Drugovich, that's just the way it happens. There's the rules. Disappointing for Lance. There was an investigation going in as to why he didn't weigh in, was that correct? Look, I've only just stopped. It's taken us forever to get back to this hotel, which is beautiful. Right, I'll give you a quick little zoom around here. Look at that for a bar over there. This is the lobby of the hotel, which is quite gorgeous. The 70. Now let's go to a couple of your comments and see what is on your mind. I actually went over to the opposite side of the track to shoot qualifying today. I was up in the top level of the grandstand. It was a spectacular view. You can see straight into the garages from there. Most people undercover. And it was quite joyful. Hopefully that music is not too loud for you. Now, will Lance be okay for Canada? Well, he's got to go through some rehab, I imagine. They're going to reset it, or they're going to do something with his wrist. I'm not mechanically minded or medically minded, so he has some remedial works to go on. But that could open the door for Felipe. Maybe he will have his first F1 start in Canada, where I'm heading on Tuesday. And I'll tell you what I'm doing. I go to Canada on Tuesday. I then spent, this music's a bit loud, isn't it? But anyway, that's what we got to work with. I spend 3 days in a beautiful hotel, and then I thought, maybe Friday or Saturday, I do a live stream like this, and I ask you where I go for night one, so I have no bookings, and then we agree through this live stream on where I should go, and then I travel there. It'll only be, within 1 to 3 hours of Montreal. Spend the night there, and when I get there, we do another live stream, perhaps from the restaurant, and work out what you think I should order. And you get to control my destiny for 3 full days before I go back for the race. I think it'd be a great idea, and I'd love to give it a crack, and I'd love you to be involved in it, and especially those people from Montreal or Canada who've been to Montreal. They can give me some sort of insight on what I should be doing. It will also make a very good video once I do all that stuff. I can put together a video and you can watch it at your leisure. Terrible traffic coming back into Montreal, no, not there yet. Barcelona tonight. And apparently people said 2 hours wasn't bad. It was a very awful drive. We were 30 minutes away from this hotel for a very long time. Way too long. I caught up with Zach Brown's son out there today, Max. Lovely fellow and his girlfriend. Had a lovely chat with him. I spent a little bit of time talking to Gabriel Bortoletto's girlfriend about Gabriel's 12th place in qualifying, his best effort. What else? Spent a bit of time talking to Lando Norris's dad, Lando Norris's sister-in-law, Lando's brother, Oliver, all at the race this weekend. Pierre Gasly's mother is also here, lovely Pascal. Marco, Kimmy's dad there, Kimmy's sister, Kimmy's girlfriend, George Russell's girlfriend, Carmen. It's a really good event for family people. I don't know how those drivers are getting back at a reasonable hour. I didn't see any police escorts tonight. In Mexico, very easy to get a police escort. It's just a payment and they appreciate the money and you get to save an hour of your day coming back from the track, and it's a horror. Wish I had that tonight. I should consider taking a trip to Toronto, and you can't say Toronto because it's Toronto. Take the train. No, I've got a car. I've got a Ford. They've given me a Ford for 3 days, so I will. I think it's Mustang. Is that what I'm getting? I can't remember. And I'll be going for a drive around the area. I will not want to be carting my crap up and down train station stairs. Hadjar had a poorish quali. No, he was top 10, wasn't he? I thought he did okay. Look, I haven't even looked at the results. We've only stopped. Well, when I say we, Jason and I just had a quick dinner, and we've just stopped. And I've had no time to go and do any prep for this. I'm talking off the cuff and reading your comments as I go. Good to see we've got some Puerto Ricans with us. Maybe I should fly to Puerto Rico from Montreal. Unlikely. Once I get to a place, I do not want to get on a plane again. Yes, another driver signing coming up. I won't tell you who it is, but yeah, I won't say who it is. I would have liked the sunglasses. Well, 11,000 people would have liked them. That's how many comments we had. And we had 2 pairs to give away. I had this comment from someone who said, oh, you don't like people from my country because I didn't win the sunglasses. 11,000 people didn't win the sunglasses. 2 did. Anyway, congratulations to those 2 people. Their names are on that Instagram post if you want to go and find out who was it. Now, Redback PDU is from Tom Price. Tom Price is a mining town north of where I live. And it is very small and very hot, but they pull a lot of stuff out of the ground and they send it all over the world. And that's why Western Australia is such a very rich state, because our mining industry is absolutely huge. And if you're in Barcelona tonight and you want to walk past the 70 Hotel out there, that's a reflection of me, you will see me doing a live stream to 400 people at present. Will Piastri be made Australian Prime Minister? Who'd want to be Australian Prime Minister? No, he won't be made Aussie PM. Have you always followed F1 as a fan? No. No, I was interested, but I've never been a fan. Certainly not an avid fan. I've watched it occasionally and enjoyed it. 2 people from Cape Town in a row. What are the odds of that? Is it going to be hotter tomorrow? No, yeah, but it's all about the same. Is that going to benefit McLaren? I don't know. You tell me. Go to Granada. No, I won't be going to Granada. I'm going to Montreal. Will Piastri, we did that one, bumped into you walking down from the podium at Paddock Club, Albert Park. Well, there you go. I was definitely there, apparently. My race winner prediction. I always go with a pole sitter because they win more often than not. If you're a gambling person, you go with the odds. Some people walking past there, enjoying the beautiful Barcelonan lifestyle, which is great if you can get back from the track in time to enjoy it. Perhaps tomorrow we should leave before the race finishes and just sprint away. Mick Schumacher could come in after qualifying. Oh, look, anything could happen. It was funny listening to the press conference yesterday because Flavio tends to mumble a bit, and it's very hard to work out what he's saying. But somebody has to go through and transcribe all that for the media and make some sense of it. So well done to whoever had that job. Which GP is most expensive to get into? I can't remember. I did a whole video on that, I think. Start of the year. I can tell you that Barcelona can fit 140,000 people in on race day. Well, on any day. And that's right up there. That would be in the top 7 of the races for capacities. And that's obviously why it's such a shit fight getting out of the joint. I don't know whether Australians buzzing or not because they have the chance of a world championship. I'm rarely in Australia, so I'm probably not the man to ask. No, I'm in a foyer of a hotel, says somebody. Am I in a library? No. This is the hotel foyer of the 70. Isn't it beautiful? It's quite glorious, and back there is where you check in. It's one of my favourite hotels. Just unfortunately, it took so long to get back. Now, one of my members is Aaron, and Aaron saw a chart this week as Hungarian GP tickets have increased 67%. Well, they've got a new Paddock building going up. Maybe they need to fund that. But I'm not sure that we as media will be in that building this race. That's the view over there, guys. That's the bar. Do you enjoy the Canadian GP? No, not really. I don't like Montreal that much. That's why I'm going to do this video about me getting out of Montreal for a few days. God knows where I'll end up. Yes, new tribune and buildings cost a lot in Budapest. Yeah, but their traffic's not too bad getting back from the city. Maybe an extra 10 or 15 minutes at night on Saturday, or Friday, a bit more on Sunday. I think Apex 1 tickets and Hungaroring cost you 400. What? 400 what, Adam? Shekels? Dollars? Forint? It's good to see me, says Dom Weekly. I'm happy to hear that. Looks very quiet. It is very quiet in this hotel. It's quite lovely. Got some lovely people at the track too today who came up and said they watch me on various different platforms. That's nice to see. Now, if you want a super chat and get your comment read, you got to go and click on the super chat thing. Otherwise, I could well miss your comment, which would be a travesty. But it's a lovely backdrop, isn't it? Lighting's not great. It's overhead, but hey, we can live with that. Lots of people saying I should take the metro to the track, but no, I won't be doing that. And tomorrow we've got all our luggage, our camera gear to bring out, so that would not be pleasant. I did see Lando walk into a door in the paddock, and it was shown to me by a client of mine who I took some photos of today, and he actually videoed the incident. No damage done. Did you also see Pierre Gasly's dog having a shit in the paddock, and you see who picked it up? That was a nice piece of vision. They have Luther playing in the background. Now they've got someone else, and I can't control that. I guess I'll be done for copyright by having that audible in the background. No one's replacing Stroll. You can't. You have to qualify to race. If you don't qualify, you can't race. Second Red Bull car cursed? No, I think Max is just an amazing driver. No one can replace Stroll tomorrow. That car just goes idle. There was only 19 drivers in tomorrow's field. There is no replacement for Lance. 19 drivers, 19 cars in tomorrow's Barcelona Grand Prix. I've had a huge day today, and I probably should go to bed, but I thought, no, I haven't had a chance to do a video. Look, not much has happened this weekend. It's been a very dull weekend for Formula One news. I've got a few stories on my list, but certainly not enough to do a 10-minute video. So I thought I'll jump on here and tell you a little bit of what I saw today at the track. David Lewandowski, who I wouldn't have known from a bar of soap, wandered through the paddock, and I only realised it was him because there was a bit of frenetic activity around him and two burly security guards walking either side. And I got some nice pics from him, which will hopefully end up in the world's media tomorrow. I must say, food in this place is very good value. And I went to a restaurant last night where I had a steak. You might have seen my review, but service was, I didn't say atrocious. I said indifferent, but it was disappointing. Having come off a ship called the Explorer 2, and there's a video coming up next week on that. Oh, hello to one of my members here. Is that Egan or Ethan? Excuse me. Robert Lewandowski, thank you very much. Yeah, having come off a ship where all the staff, the Explorer 2, were unbelievably good, and to get people who just did not give a shit. It was very disappointing. At one point, I actually had to get up out of my seat and go to the person on the reception desk to order something. Dismissive service, what's it called? Carnal Meat, Carnal Steakhouse. Yeah, should have saved the 20-minute walk, 15-minute walk, and eaten here at the 70 Hotel. Food's not great, but you don't have to walk 15 minutes to be served by people who are indifferent, not interested. Now, if you want to get your comments seen, definitely get to Super Chat. Stroll should be replaced by, Stroll can't be replaced by anyone. Tomorrow, maybe, for next race. But then again, that is his home race. And that is in, 2 weeks from tomorrow. What time do you head out to the track tomorrow? I don't know. I'm guessing about 8. Depends on how this charger goes with this electric charger we got here in the hotel. Wasn't working well last night, but if it works good tonight, we'll leave at 8. We'll get there at 9, be shooting by 9. Do you think Max will overtake Lando and Oscar into turn 1? It doesn't matter what I think. What do you think? And have you had a bet on it? Is there any odds on whether Lando will get the lead at turn 1? Hello, let's go McLaren, says Nicholas. Very busy. In fact, have we got any Barcelonians on the line here? Is this traffic on Saturday night just for Formula One, or is it always this crazy? Because it took a long time to get back to this hotel. Oh, excuse me. It's a bevy of people going up to bed, having had some people off they go. Oh, by the way, see these here, these books? Where's my finger? There, those books there? It's hard to do in reverse. They're not books. They're just covers. They're just like a piece of art. Now, hello to George Bryan 993. Why do you always go so luxury with your travel? My gosh, why wouldn't you? I work 12 hours a day in the dirt and the mud and the heat. I'm not coming back to something that's not great. It's not worth doing for that. Now, says someone, Gazoo, disappointed Kiwi here, Lawson to score points. He did all right today, didn't he? He got into Q2. I did see him coming out of the media centre. Took a little while to put his watch on, then he went over to do his commitments for the press centre, but yeah, I thought he did all right. Correct me if I'm wrong. Once again, I'll admit that I haven't had any time to look at what happened today. I can only tell you what I know, and that is I see these 4 drivers coming out of Q1, so I figure Sainz is out. I see a couple more, Colapinto. And then I see some more come out after Q2, so I figure they've come out. But I've not actually had a chance to look at the timings of what officially has gone on. And I'm so close to going to sleep. But I may not last too long here. And then I get a Monday off. Well, it's not really a day off. It's producing videos and all sorts of shenanigans. No, I didn't watch the football, but some people from Belgium are watching it over there at dinner. No, we don't care about that sort of football. Has no interest. Well, for me anyway. Who do you think takes pole tomorrow? Well, the person who won it today. Oscar Piastri. What was Science's reaction after the race? We spent a little bit of time, and I'm talking about 2 minutes, maybe 3, talking to his manager stroke cousin, Carlos Honoro. And they just stood there, and he had his head down a lot. So I shoot up so you can at least see under his cap. My read on it, disappointed, questioning what went wrong. I don't even know what went wrong. Was it a mechanical issue? Was it his driving? And then I put up a post, this is funny. Oh, hello to Adam Actual, one of my VIP members. Appreciate that. I put up a post that said, Franco Colapinto finishes, knocked out a Q1 with a mechanical issue. Then I get some people who think I'm running some sort of campaign for Jack Doohan. Paid campaign for Jack Doohan, which is... and someone, I can't find that comment, but it was hilarious to read, oh, you're doing all this super subtle stuff to off-put Franco. So subtle that it wouldn't have any effect on anybody. But you can't stop people who have conspiracy theories, so trust me. I'm very good friends with both of those drivers. I love them both. Franco is a legend, a funny character. I love Jack. Jack's a great guy. We've had dinner a couple of times, and we have a laugh, and I get on well with his dad and his manager. So, yeah, it's possible to like both of those guys, even though they are competing for a seat. Now, says George, are any imaginary friends with you? No imaginary friends. Look, this is my view here tonight at the 70 Hotel. And these people out here are the general public. There they are. Some of them having ice creams, a very nice ice cream shop up there. Would you come to Adelaide Motorsport Festival? No, not at all. Ariba Franco. David, stop asking that question, I've answered it. Maybe Hadjar would be good in RB. He's been impressive. I think he's going there. That's what I think. The way things are going, how ruthless they are at RB. So we'll see. Did you see Yuki after qualifying? I saw some news hinting his demotion. Did I see him? No, I think Jace photographed him though. Yeah, he struggled a bit, didn't he? Good kid, Yuki, really good kid. But if they go and put Hadjar in that seat, they're going to have to change a whole lot of stuff again. But still, they're not averse to doing that. Somebody said good morning to me, Dodgem F1. Good morning. Well, it's mid to late evening here. I'm exceedingly well, and thank you for your concern. Did you see the video? Yes, I did. A friend of mine shot that video. Is that the last? No. This race is on next year in June. I think June 14, and Madrid's in September. Yes, that's right. Lance Stroll won't be taking place. And if you see my Instagram post, you'll know that that is indeed correct. Has Stroll left Barcelona? I imagine he would have, and it would not have been on a commercial flight. Next week, I have 2 good videos going up. One I haven't even shot yet, so that's a bit presumptive. One is about the ship I stayed on in Monaco, which was unbelievable. The Explorer 2 from Explorer Journeys. And I'm not a cruising person, right? And they said, Kym, come on the boat. Come on. Well, you can't say boat, it's a ship. Come on the ship and see what you like, see what you think of it. And I did. Well, I'm a devotee. So I'm now talking to them about perhaps doing something next year with them where I do a couple of days cruising, because that ship stayed docked for the 5 days at the harbour, and it was purely divine. It was bliss. And I do hope that I get a chance to show you more of that. But you'll see a video on that going up next, I think, Wednesday. And then Friday I'm doing a video about what could be one of the most hated airlines in the world. Nearly one third of the reviews on TripAdvisor give them 1 star. I'm flying a 1-star airline effectively. Well, it's 1/3 of the reviews are 1/3, but it's not not a good start. I wouldn't like 1/3 of my audience giving me a 1-star review. In the name of non-toxic Argentinians, I'm so sorry, Kym. Yeah, that's right. It's a small percentage. It's a big country. And there's some just conspiracy theorists. Makes me laugh, though. Paul Merritt says, if you get hired by a cruise ship to be a speaker, I'd definitely go. Yeah. Yeah. As long as it's not on big seas like the Pacific. Because I've done that and I didn't fare well. If you definitely want your comment to be seen, please hit the super chat icon and send through your question because or statement, whatever, your text. I cannot avoid it because it's so big. So do you watch on YouTube? Do I watch? Sometimes I watch YouTube stuff. Air India, Shadul, I'm not sure I'll be going on Air India at all. I've read some shocking reviews and I've seen some shocking videos. And whilst it might be a good video for me, I'm not sure I want to open myself up to that. Not saying definitely no, but it's a long shot. Favourite track other than Monaco photograph, it's not Barcelona. They've blocked up a whole lot of the photo windows. It has no redeeming features for me. Other tracks, not Silverstone, not Australia, not Jeddah. Oh, I don't know. I'm so tired. I've flown Aeroflot gadget bag and it was good, really good. Air India is like the Temu for travel. Yeah, you got to do Ryanair. I did one once. That was all right. But I don't like my luggage not coming on plane with me, and my stuff's quite heavy. I might be doing a video on an aircraft simulator. Somebody's offered me the opportunity to go and do some sim work in an aircraft simulator. That'd be huge. I've never flown with Indigo or Kingfisher. You love the home brand Qantas? I rarely fly Qantas, except my wife's a Platinum 1 member, and as such, she can request first class or business class seats with points, and almost always gets them, so it's invaluable for my Sydney to LA flights, which is a 15-hour, 13-hour flight. Horribly expensive if you were paid big business or business or first, and I'd never fly at economy. I've no interest in sitting 15 hours in economy at my stage of life and size. No thanks. But that is really the only Qantas flights I take, because they don't fly. Well, they fly very few, if any, flights out of Perth internationally. You can fly the Sim of Concorde, a stone's throw from McLaren Tech Centre. Nice to know. Will Lance's car be vacant? Yes. If you see my Insta post, they cannot put somebody else in a car where someone else is qualified. Unless you have qualified, you cannot race. Very simple rule. In my 20s, I was working on radio in Darwin, having the time of my life. And I'd like to know where Cassie Ball is. Cassie Ball, are you still around? I'd love to hear what your married name is or where you ended up in life. Now, that is a real long shot that she's going to find me mentioning this and be able to respond. But if so, Kym@KymIllman.com. So Parc Fermé is not only for the car setup, but even drivers. Is that funny? I don't know what that means. Do you relate to the George Clooney movie Up in the Air and his character is always flying like you? Yeah, he was sacking people, wasn't he? Was that the movie? I think so. Yeah, I spent a lot of time in planes. In fact, I've got this app which tells me how many flights I've had, how many hours I've spent in the air, how many lost hours from delays, and it's a really good app. And they need to do a collaboration with me, because I'm the perfect person to be bigging up that app, because I use it all the time. And I need to draw that information quickly when I do videos like this, which I haven't done. They aren't books. They're all facades. There's no real books. Do you miss home while travelling? I do at the end of a long, like this is a 3-month stay away from Australia, or a 3-month jaunt. So yeah, that's tough. But I want to get back and do some jet skiing up north in Australia in the northwest. Do you get invited to the hospitality suites? It comes and goes, but we're allowed to go and grab a drink from a number of them, no problem at all. Curious how much storage in Great Britain you go through in a race. Oh, in gigabytes. I don't know. I take 20,000 photos. I shoot JPEG and RAW, so I get 20,000 JPEGs, 20,000 RAWs. The RAWs I upload to my computer, and I'll keep about 1,400 and delete the rest. But then all of the 20,000 JPEGs that I've shot over the 4 days gets loaded to a site back in Australia via Dropbox and saved there. So 20,000 times by, I don't know, 9 megabits. You can do the maths. Do you like Silverstone? No, I don't like Silverstone one bit. And I don't stay at the Hilton. Maybe I'd like it more if I stayed at the Hilton because I just walk across the bridge. Eye on the prize. It says Aaron, or is that Aaron? Aaron. You are a 10, Kym. Go to sleep because you're already sleeping. I'm very tired. Tomorrow might be a little bit of a respite for us because Sundays is often the easiest day. Did you contact Bombardier about Sea-Doo marketing? No, I didn't, and they really should sponsor me. I'm a good advocate for their product. I love them. Lance Stroll has an issue with a wrist. Remember he did that injury to it going back a few years ago, 2023? It's flared up and he can't drive, and he's going to go and have some surgery on it, and as such won't be driving tomorrow. And no, Dragovic cannot step into his car. And that's because in order to drive in a Grand Prix, you have to have qualified. He did not qualify. Lance qualified, but he's not racing. When am I planning to do in Canada a video where you actually tell me where you want me to travel to? So I get in my car and then I say, right, where am I going? And you people will all provide suggestions, and then I'll look at a couple of them and go, right, let's consider those. I'll go there with no plans. Hello. Just pay last minute rates, see what happens. Favourite hotels? This one is lovely, 70. The Arts is lovely. Radisson Blu's nice. I just don't get jet lag. Maybe once every now and then, perhaps going Sydney, LA. Just a good night's sleep or a sleeping tablet sorts that out. Lee Sonoda can't finish 20th with Lance out. Yes, that's a clever response. Old Quebec City. Yeah, well, you'll have to suggest that when I do my livey. I do use Photo Mechanic Paul, and I don't think I'll be needing any sleeping tablets tonight. I am ready to hit the sack and fall straight asleep. How's the work life in F1? It's crazy. We'll leave at the hotel at 7 and get there at 8, and we'll work well, tonight it was only about 6:30, but then we had 2 hours in the car to get back here. It's a grind. Every single track day is a grind. And then come Monday, there's all this stuff to do with images we've taken. There's clients that we have to service and upload pics. We have to select book pics. I have to do a video. It's crazy. It's about 11 o'clock, I think, here, 11 p.m. Favourite travel destination with your family? We're going to Paris this year. We've got an apartment, a 3-story apartment that we rented when the boys were about 6 and 8. I think that's about right. And now they're 23 and 25. And we're going back and book that apartment again. It's going to be glorious there for a month. Although I head off road to 1 or 2 races, I think, in that time. Where and when do you get your lunch at the racetrack, says, I won't even pronounce your first name. Ian, I'm going to suggest. this track, we have a corporate suite, maybe 2 or 3 down from the media centre, which is above the garages, and we go in there and we get an apple or banana and some snack bars and a little sandwich or something. It's okay. Excuse me. But downstairs in the paddock, they have a couple of food vans, and one does these beautiful ham and cheese. What is it? A sandwich, but it's on that crispy bread. What is that bread called? Not pita bread. I can't remember now, but it's quite light. It's crispy on the outside, and they do a brilliant job. So I eat down there every day. Yes, some races food's better than another. Yeah, it used to be Monaco was one of the worst. Now it's right up there. It's excellent. I don't like doing triple headers. They are an absolute grind. They're a nightmare. It's pronounced Owen. Shall never guess that. Croissant? No, I don't eat croissants. My son loves them. China, worst race on the calendar? Yeah. Jeddah I don't love. You know what? I don't love this race either. I don't like the traffic. I don't like the track because it's just so boring. We do it all the time. No, it's not naan or ciabatta. It's Lebanese. You get them at the Lebanese bakery, and it's a big, long, looks like a foot-long pizza sub thing, but it's only that thin. Best race on the calendar for me, Monaco is the best photographically. It's just glorious, and it's so easy to get around. Shit for racing, but you don't go for the racing. Highest viewership to your channel, Vegas and Monaco, by a mile. Not falafel, not pita bread. My son would know if he was here. I have to go to bed, guys. So I'm going to bid you farewell after 37 minutes. One last question. No, not focaccia. I'll do it from Pinnacle Puzzles because the Pinnacles are just north of me in Lancelot. And it took Katie and me actually, it took me 13 hours, Katie and me, 3 hours to catch the train after Barcelona 2023. Yeah, lots of people tell me that. It's just a shit fight. And it's not like this number of people sneaks up on them. They know well in advance what it's going to be like. Maybe it's just not possible to clear them any quicker. I don't know. Not my place to solve that problem. Anyway, I'm going to say thank you tonight for watching and urge you to